Welcome back in, everybody, to a Monday edition of Birds 365. It's game day, everybody. Eagles kick off tonight, 8:15 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, I believe it is, tonight on Monday Night Football. So good stuff. Looking forward to the Week 2 matchup versus the Atlanta Falcons. John, we just broke down the offense, how to approach this game. Obviously, a lot changes when you talk about losing a guy like A.J. Brown. We just kind of gave a great breakdown on what that might look like. Let's get into the defense, Johnny Mac. How is the defense going to attack this team tonight to get a win, to come out of here at the link? Nick Foles' retirement ceremony tonight. There's a lot of hype and hoopla at the link tonight. How does Eagles defense get it done so the Eagles can leave with a win tonight?
Well, you hope Kirk Cousins is not having a good day. So I think Nick Sirianni brought up a good point that when you go through a difficult rehab like that, sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. And I think the worst case scenario for the Eagles would be he was just having a bad day last week against Pittsburgh on week 1, and he's feeling better and he's able to do more things that he was capable of doing before he got to Atlanta. And then it becomes much more difficult. So, but you can't count on that. The Eagles are preparing like they're going to see a healthy Kirk Cousins, which I don't think they will. But if you see, Arizona was a perfect example of this. They weren't able to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. in the opener. And then all of a sudden, they make it an impetus to get him the football. And he has a big day, and they're winning it
in 7 minutes for Marvin, Johnny, man.
Yeah. And they're winning a game over a struggling Rams team, I believe, right? They played the Rams. With Cousins wasn't able to get the football outside to Drake London. So I think there's your correction. And I'm sure they'll have the same mentality as the Packers, trying to go after Quinyon Mitchell and or Isaiah Rodgers. We still have to see how that's going to shake out with Isaiah being back, how the Eagles are going to handle that situation. And Drake's, for those who don't know, he's a big dude, 6'4"-ish. And we've kind of talked about, all right, you want to play Isaiah Rodgers outside, you're going to have some size mismatches. And that would be the case this week, to the point where you got a hobbled quarterback and you got a 6'4" receiver. Maybe you play 50-50 ball and let them go try to do some things that way. But they have some playmakers. And again, it all starts with Bijan Robinson. But Darnell Mooney can make plays down the field. Even Ray McLeod, if he gets in space. Kyle Pitts, obviously, as their glorified tight end, because he's not blocking many people, but he certainly can catch the ball. So yeah, a lot of it hinges on what Kirk Cousins shows up, and if it shows up as the guy last week, it's probably going to be pretty easy for the Eagles defense. If he's a little bit healthier and they make the correct, you saw so many correct. It amazes me. Like, look at Dallas. One week they look like the best defense in the NFL, and the next week they're giving up 44 points. And these corrections happen each and every week in this league, and the Cardinals are another perfect example of that against the Rams, scoring 41 points. I think Kyler Murray had
looking pretty good.
Yeah, Kyler Murray had a perfect passer rating. So they're going to try to overcorrect, and my assumption is the overcorrection is going to be to get Drake London involved. So it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles prepare for that.
Yeah, a lot of people say the biggest correction in the NFL comes from week 1 to week 2, where week 1's kind of a crapshoot. Everybody's a Super Bowl contender. And then week 2, you settle in a little bit more. You
Not
agree?
Carolina.
No. Carolina's the outlier, John. They just stink. Bryce Young, my man Bryce Young. I'm sorry, Bryce. He just doesn't.
Yeah, they can't eat. They can't play him. They have to sit him down. There's nothing good can come of it. they're going to destroy his confidence and lose him for good. And obviously they're not competitive with him. So, that's one of the things. The rookie quarterback play in this league, and I'm going off on a tangent, I apologize, but it has been atrocious over the first.
So bad. Caleb Williams was awful last
Oh
night.
my Lord. It was torture watching that. And boy, if you say the names Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold to people, they'll jump down. They stink. They stink.
John, you
Tell
deserve
you
a
what.
victory lap for Sam Darnold, man. You were telling us all off season.
And Baker as well. I'll tell you what, they are a million times better than all the Caleb Williams and the Jaden Daniel. Jaden played pretty well against a bad team. He was
I think Jaden's going to be all right, but it's going to take him some time for sure.
Yeah, but you can see the issues.
Yeah,
and Bo Nix, and I mean, this is brutal quarterback play.
It is.
And those guys who've been through it and learned and had the mental toughness to sit and come back. I mean, they're playing good football, and it's not a coincidence, because it is a position you got to learn a lot before you can play. And everybody thinks you throw. Oh, he's such a great athlete. That poor kid last night got destroyed, Caleb Williams. I mean, you saw how many times at Oklahoma, USC, he just run around and make a play.
I know.
In the NFL,
they
were just killing him.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to survive. I saw they had 30-something pressures, 7 sacks. So, yeah, ugly quarterback play from the youngsters.
Yeah, CJ Stroud kind of broke everybody's expectation of what their rookie.
Yeah, CJ's so calm, so collected. It's bizarre.
He's going to be a great quarterback for a long time. I really like CJ Stroud. I think he's going to be a great player. John, let's get back into the defense though tonight, going into the Falcons game. We talked about corners a lot. What's your expectation or prediction, I guess you could say, on what they're going to do at corners? Will they keep Quinion on the outside? Will Cooper DeJean play at the nickel? What do you think is going to happen at the cornerback and the secondary for the Eagles tonight?
Boy, I can't imagine Vic Fangio messing with Quinion Mitchell after seeing week 1. I hope that's the case. And I know for whatever reason, a lot of people love Isaiah. Well, good guy. They should love him from that perspective. But for whatever reason, there was that, the Eagles, you got to get him on the field. No, you don't. He's a nice backup corner, nice role player. But Quinion Mitchell's your future at outside corner. And he showed that was the projection. That's where they want him to be. Vic is on record. And then he says, but I want my best 3 out there. Now, ultimately, we all know where it's going, and that's Cooper DeJean in the slot. Is he ready to pull the trigger? I think he might be, from the perspective of one of the things about Vic Fangio with slot players. He loves to run blitz from the slot. It's a big part of his run defense. And really, Abonte's not that good at it because of his size deficiencies. And Quinion never played the position, doesn't have a feel for it. Not that Cooper has played it a lot. But when he did play in that preseason game, and I remember talking about it, and I was kind of surprised you were so down on him, Zander. And I was like, man, boy, but I'm not surprised because he struggled in coverage, but there were some signs. But he used the run blitz a lot, and he was really good at it. And I think this might be, if this is a week to pull the trigger on it with Bijan, at least he should play more in the slot. I'm not saying he's going to be out there every single play, but I would persevere with a combination of Avonte Maddox and Cooper DeJean in the slot, maybe piecemeal it a little bit and keep Quinion Mitchell outside.
Yeah, I'm with you on this, man. Everybody wants to see Quinion move to the inside and get Isaiah Rodgers out there. I don't quite understand it.
I don't care. Nothing against. That's my old Chesterton. Like, I don't care, dude. Look, sometimes life isn't fair. It sucks that he got hurt when he got hurt. But Quinyon Mitchell's an outside corner, and he's got a chance to be a really good outside corner. And I'm not messing with that.
No, I'm with you on that for sure. No doubt about it. John, let's talk about that defensive line. I think it's got to be a Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis type of night tonight. I think they'll create lanes more for Bryce Huff and all those guys. But that defensive line as a whole really has to get pressure tonight. Do you think they're well equipped to do it? And will they be able to get the pressure they need to kind of throw Kirk Cousins, who was a statue in week 1, off his game?
Yeah, there's nothing. They better show up today.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the pass rush as a whole. So I'm not talking just about Jalen Carter. And I'm not. Jordan Davis is a different conversation. I think people don't understand his role. We've had that discussion, but the edge rushers, I mean, they have to, and I'm not saying they have to be the best pass rush in football, because they're not, but they have to be competent. And it can't be like last week, and I gave them a bit of a pass because of the field conditions, and I think rightly so. And Atlanta's got a good offensive line. It's not great; it's above average. You saw T.J. Watt destroy the game. They don't have T.J. Watt, so anybody looking at that and saying, well, look at what Pittsburgh did to him. Yeah, you don't have T.J. Watt. Sorry. So it's a little different from that perspective. But guys like Josh Sweat and Bryce Huff and Nolan Smith, they got to show up as well. But, yeah, it starts with Jalen Carter. And the weakness of this Atlanta offensive line is inside with their center, Drew Dahlman and Matthew, more so Matthew Bergeron. So I would imagine they try to take advantage of that matchup, Jalen Carter on Bergeron. So, yeah, he's got to be a big part of it, because he didn't play well against Green Bay. And obviously people want to see something out of Bryce Huff. So this is a big game for Bryce Huff as well. He's got it a little bit tougher because Matthews is a good player at left tackle. Kellen McGarry's good player at right tackle. So they have good tackles.
No doubt. John, let's talk about the linebackers. What's their role tonight in terms of slowing down this team? And will Zach Bond continue his?
Well, no, he's not going to be Ray Lewis. So he was Ray Lewis last week. So I'm going to say he has a downtick a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's natural. But will he still be competent? I mean, John, I rewatched the game a couple times last week. I watched the condensed version and the all 22. That dude was everywhere.
He was everywhere. It
didn't look like a one-off to me. Now, maybe it is. I'm not saying he's going to be, like John just said, Ray Lewis or anything, but he looked like he had natural abilities, and he was all over the football field in week 1.
That's what,
honestly, because we've talked about this linebacking core all summer.
Yeah. Well, the Eagles typically don't put a lot of assets in the position. We talk about it for a reason. They didn't pay Zach Bond a lot. It was almost, they were Wish.com shopping for Andrew Van Ginkel, trying to find that type of player. And maybe they found him. They're all friends. They're all from Wisconsin. Van Ginkel and Zach and TJ Edwards as well. They're all friends. And maybe they lucked out and they found him. Boy, that guy can play, by the way. Van Ginkel, I was watching because the 49ers, boy, that guy can play. So can he do that consistently from week to week? And the other side, Fred Warner, that's the best linebacker in football. That guy is unbelievable.
He's unreal.
Number 2, whoever it is, isn't close. And, is he going to be that guy? Probably not. I mean, but he was for 1 week. And it's such a weird anomaly. What do you expect? But I think he's going to be a good player. Is he going to be Fred Warner? No. Is he going to be Andrew Van Ginkel? I don't think so. Is he going to be a good linebacker by Philadelphia Eagles standards? I think so. So I think it's, where your expectations might be.
Yeah, no doubt. So we'll see what they're able to do tonight, John. Good breakdown there on the defensive side. We did the offense and in the beginning of the show. If you missed it, obviously the big news today for anybody that missed it, and that's new here on the show this morning, A.J. Brown is out for the game tonight. So we'll see how the Eagles respond to that. Good stuff. Devin, by the way, Devin just becomes a member. Devin, thank you for becoming a member, my man. Devin Parker, appreciate it. You are now a member of JAKIB Sports. We appreciate your support of the channel. And then on top of that, you're now entered into the Saquon Barkley jersey giveaway. So if he has his numbers tonight, 125 yards of offense, whether it's receiving, rushing, doesn't matter what it is, 125 plus.
And you might be in trouble, Zander.
That's all right, baby.
I'm looking to give volume, a lot of volume for Saquon tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right, Johnny Mac. So I think it could be a Saquon night tonight. I think we could be giving away a jersey this week. We gave it away last Tuesday last week. I'm going to give it away Wednesday this week because it's a Monday game. We'll have the Tuesday reaction. We'll give everybody, and then I think we're going to do Wednesday's edition of Birds 365 in the after hours, same as we did last week. I'll give away the jersey. And everybody's odds increased, by the way, because we had over 60 memberships that were gifted. And some of those dropped off because, they didn't sign up themselves. So if they don't renew it themselves, they don't become a member. So last week we had about 210 in the giveaway. We're down to, I think, about 160, 170. So your odds have increased on the giveaway. So Devin, thanks for becoming a member, man. We appreciate that. Anybody else that wants to become a member, I will give you the shout out as well.